Fair use. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowances made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing.
If you're a fan of eerie tales, then you need to watch this. From ghostly whispers in Charleston's alleys to the elusive lizard man of Scape Ore Swamp, we uncover the creepiest myths and legends of South Carolina. Subscribe now and explore the secrets that lie beneath.
Greenville County, South Carolina. Just east of the city of Greenville lies Greer, a community of manicured lawns and private enclaves. Within it stands Thornblade, an upscale residential development built around an exclusive country club. Known for its championship golf course and hosting prestigious charity tournaments, Thornblade projected an image of wealth, influence, and refinement. But in 2020, that image was shaken by a scandal involving allegations of financial misconduct, sexual exploitation, and possible abuse of minors, claims that drew the attention of multiple state and federal agencies.
Well, Jeff, the Thornblade Club interim general manager is addressing a criminal investigation into unauthorized credit card charges.
In mid-2020, local authorities and federal investigators began receiving information from community members suggesting something was deeply wrong inside Thornblade's tightly knit social circle. At first, concerns centered on club-related financial irregularities, but as the months unfolded, a much darker set of allegations emerged. Rumors of an underage or deviant exploitation ring, with claims that high school students were involved alongside prominent adults. Club visitors could recount seeing young girls wearing Riverside High attire, serving and waiting on rich old men. There were also whispers of blackmail, extortion, and the use of compromising material to exert influence. Thornblade was governed by a board of influential residents, including successful business executives, attorneys, and entrepreneurs. The community's elite reputation made the allegations even more shocking. The identities of those described as potential victims have never been made public, and no official updates about their status have been released. As of the most recent public statements from authorities, the alleged minors were not identified in court filings or confirmed in any prosecutorial action. What began as whispers turned into active investigations. The Greenville County Sheriff's Office, the U.S. Secret Service, and Homeland Security investigations each became involved in different aspects of the unfolding case. The financial component focused on suspicious transactions connected to the club itself, while the federal investigation looked into possible exploitation or trafficking of minors. A sheriff's deputy connected to certain case details was referred to internal affairs, but ultimately cleared of wrongdoing. The club had already faced internal financial trouble. In July 2020, it requested a criminal investigation after discovering approximately $110,000 in unauthorized charges on an American Express card issued to a former employee. The board publicly assured members it was cooperating fully and invited outside auditing if necessary. Later, both federal and county prosecutors stated that regarding the alleged sex ring, the evidence they had reviewed only pointed to activity between consenting adults. No charges were filed, but both officers left the door open to reopening the case if new credible evidence emerged. At one stage, a detailed internal affairs file, reportedly compiled by investigators, circulated among a small circle. Said to contain names of alleged participants and digital evidence, the file became central to the scandal's mystery. When portions of it were released through public records requests, the most critical sections, those containing identifying information and specific documentation, were heavily redacted. The existence of such a dosha, whether complete or fragmentary, remains a point of contention. Officials have not verified its contents or confirmed that it directly influenced prosecutorial decisions. The public has never seen the unredacted version, leaving significant gaps in understanding who may have been implicated and on what basis. By late 2020, attorneys specializing in sexual abuse and trafficking cases announced an independent investigation into possible sexual abuse of students connected to the Thornblade social network. Their focus was on whether minors had been exploited by adults in positions of authority or influence, noting that state law prohibits sexual activity between adults and under 18 individuals under any circumstances. Around the same time, a civil lawsuit was filed against the Greenville County School District, referencing a former East Side High School tennis coach, Brian Jem Garrison, arrested in 2019 for contributing to the delinquency of a minor. While public speculation linked his case to the broader Thornblade narrative, official case files did not confirm a direct connection. Another individual, businesswoman formerly, appeared in related divorce proceedings that reportedly intersected with federal inquiry timelines. Her case was settled out of court, and no charges were brought against her in connection to the alleged sex ring. As allegations spread, many of those rumored to be involved retained legal counsel. Some quietly relocated from the community. Behind closed doors, private settlements and legal negotiations were said to have taken place, though no court records confirming such agreements have surfaced. By early 2022, authorities at both the local and federal level reiterated that no criminal charges would be filed due to a lack of prosecutable evidence of abuse or trafficking. They emphasized that the investigations could be reopened if new material evidence came to light. To date, no public information has emerged about the long-term status or whereabouts of those who were rumored to be at the center of the scandal. In the months following the peak of public interest, coverage slowed. What had been a flurry of rumors, reports, and speculation fell largely silent. Independent researchers, advocacy groups, and concerned residents continued to sift through what was known, revisiting interviews and reviewing available records in hopes of finding something that might reignite the case. The renewed inquiries were fueled by occasional new tips, but no official breakthroughs have been reported. For now, the alleged victims remain unnamed and their current situations unknown. Whether out of fear, legal constraints, or simply a desire to move on, those closest to the events have remained silent. Before the alleged sex ring became the headline, there was the matter of financial misconduct at the club. The discovery of six-figure unauthorized charges led the board to call for a full criminal investigation and pledge cooperation with law enforcement. The scandal led to operational changes and personnel turnover within the club's management. While the credit card issue was eventually addressed administratively, it left a mark on Thornblade's image, painting it as vulnerable to internal mismanagement. To many observers, the financial missteps seemed like a crack in the facade, foreshadowing the much larger storm that would follow. The Thornblade scandal remains an unresolved chapter in South Carolina's recent history. A country club long associated with prestige and privilege became the backdrop for allegations of exploitation, blackmail, and abuse. Investigations were launched, but key evidence remains locked away in redacted files. No convictions were made, and yet, years later, the questions have not gone away. Additional context. The absence of definitive answers has left the public to wonder whether influence and wealth played a role in the outcome. For some, Thornblade is simply a golf course and neighborhood. For others, it is a symbol of secrets that may never be fully revealed.
If you don't like the dark but still crave a thrill, then delve into South Carolina's eerie past with us. Subscribe to South Carolina Secrets and uncover the legends lurking in the night. Have a story that chills you to the bone. Comment below with your haunting tales and what secrets we should unveil next, if you dare.